Welcome back to Poetry and Police. My name is EVON Blake. I am an ex-detective corporal of police. I've served the Jamaica Constabulary Force for 22 years. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, share my videos so others can share my experiences. Today, I want to talk about a woman inspector from the Falmouth Division. But before I talk about this woman and the atrocities that is now attached to her name, I would first, as usual, big up all the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force who are on operation right now, who are making an arrest now, who are foot patrolling right about now, who are mobile patrolling right about now in some volatile areas of the Kingston 11, Kingston 13, Annatown, Denhamtown and all this, Clarendon and all those areas where a policeman can easily come to his death. You know, on this channel we support the police 100% because we believe in a police state. We believe in Jamaica being a police state, and we believe in the transformation of Jamaica from a criminal state to a police state in all regards. I want to say special shout out to my subscribers. And I will big up a subscriber today, Winsome Rattigan. Winsome Rattigan, big up yourself. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for being on my channel. Thank you for being an honorable member of my channel. So big up to you, Winsome Rattigan. Hope you're having a good day. Now, let's get into the story at hand. What I want to talk about today, or who I want to talk about today, is woman inspector, inspector of police, Perona Horton. Let me repeat her name. Woman inspector Perona Horton of the Falmouth Police Division. Now, I know she joined the Jamaica Constabulary Force sometimes around 2003. And I have known her to be, I have known a whole lot of people in her batch who are still constables and corporals. But she's an inspector, and I know that there are more inspectors in her batch too. You know, Miss Mailer, big up yourself, good police. Constable Downer, big up yourself, good police. From what I understand about Inspector Perona Horton, based off in the investigations that I have carried out, I've found out that, well, not found out, I have come to the conclusion that she's a good person based off my investigation and interaction with people who trade with her and people who have worked with Miss Horton over the years, that indeed she's a good person, very good person. And my investigations have led me to believe that the story that I'm about to tell you about Miss Horton is that she probably was instructed to do whatever she did. So let us go into the alleged instructions of what Miss Horton did to good, hard-working members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Now, this inspector has hid files on top of files on top of files for the good, hard-working members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. From vacation leave to exams to seniority pay, to every type of application that you can think about that the police officers in her division has to send through her office, that Miss Horton has placed those files in a graveyard. And our file 13, as what most people might say, but I would say a graveyard, the land of the dead, that those files will never come back, those files will never risen to the occasion. So if you apply to do for exams, you will never see the room of the exam, because guess what? Your application did not go through. If you apply for seniority pay, You will never get that because your application did not go through. Well, because the good inspector, acting under instructions of based on my investigation, has chosen or was coerced in putting all those files in the graveyard. So the members who applied for the various things that they applied for will never come to light, or they will never get their promotion, and they will never get their seniority pay, amongst others. They will never get their vacation leaves, amongst other stuff, because of what this inspector did. She hid all the files. No, let's just divert a little bit from Harton. Let's divert to all the relevant admin offices around the Jamaica Constabulary Force, or in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And let us not leave out the major one, the Commissioner's Office. Let me tell you something. What Miss Harton has done has been going on for years. And when I say this has been going on for years, I am speaking of experience. Because listen, I have applied for seniority pay. Don't know where that file went. I was shot and injured in the line of duty. I applied. My medical and my surgery to be paid for, that file was also hidden. And ultimately, when I applied, or when the file was processed for me to be sent home unfit to work, that file was also hidden. No, I wish I knew the name of the sergeant at the Commissioner's Office in the admin department, who kept on telling me that the file is still at services for a decision to be made on, when the file is right there in the office. So they hid my file. So let me tell you something, people. Perona Harton is not the only one doing this. As a matter of fact, she's just the tip of the iceberg. This is being done in every division, including the Commissioner's Office. Because let me tell you something about Jamaica Constabulary Force. When you talk about corruption, it's not just the men and women who are on the streets who are involved in corruption, but the greatest corruption in the Jamaica Constabulary Force is within the administrative department. When it comes to promotion, promotion is one of the biggest corruptions in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And most of our leaders in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, they work with politicians through the Commissioner of Police. Because remember this, the more police pass exams and the more police are promoted, then the more money that the government spends on salary. So if the MP or the Prime Minister give instruction to the Commissioner of Police that, Bridget, you can't promote more than 10 people that area, the Commissioner will have to follow that order. So everybody who passes their exams and everybody who wants promotion will never get it, because only 10 people will come out of that. And let me tell you something. The 10 people who will come out on top or come out with promotion from that thing is people who know people in high places. No. Perona is an inspector. She has batchmates who are constables or corporals. Has she worked harder than any of her batchmates? No. I think not. Even though they're still standing up for her, talking about she's a good person, and they cannot believe that she has done something like that, as she is even capable of doing something like that. So based off my investigation and based off the questions that I asked from a whole lot of people, it would appear as if she was instructed. So let's talk about instructions now. Her promotion was fast. Therefore, it would appear as if Miss Harton, or Inspector Harton, then is aligned to some clique in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So then again, I could safely say that whatever clique she is in has given her specific orders to hid the files of policemen and policewomen. People believe that it happens from time to time. Let me tell you something. We have some leaders in the Jamaica Constabulary Force who carry feelings for people. Arrest them, friend. or family, let me tell you something. Your file have an X on it for the rest of your life. Everything that you apply for will go to file 13 or the graveyard, or sent to Inspector Perona, because she is the angel of the data files. You know, the Jamaica young police says she's the most evilest police in the job. But you know what? Apart from being evil, I believe that this inspector was working under instructions from senior officers. And at the end of the day, all she cared about was herself and her advancement in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. She didn't care about the other members of the force once she's carrying out the instructions of higher ranks to sabotage policemen and women's file so that they do not move in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And that's the type of police that she is. She's just thinking about herself. Yes, she's acting off, she's being coerced, or she's acting on instructions. But tell me, how did you fall in that in the first place? So when we go around and we talk about corruption, this is where the corruption starts in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Like I've said to you before, the biggest corruption in the Jamaica Constabulary Force exists within the administration department of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Police officers in the force apply for permission to take exams. Police officers apply for seniority pay. Police officers apply for vacation leave, amongst other things, which are not granted because their files are being thrown to the graveyard, or let us call it file 13. And let me tell you this, Inspector Hart is just one of the emissaries employed by the senior officers in the Jamaica Constabulary Force who are following instructions of politicians to ensure that police does not advance. Because once a police advance to promotion, then is more money that the government had to spend on national security to pay every police that is promoted, that are promoted. So that is where most of the corruption lies, in the Jamaica Constabulary Force promotion. So guess what now? Only a few will be promoted. And members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are selling out each other's. They will cause another policeman to die just to get that promotion. They are all Machiavellians. Like Machiavelli said that, to rise to the top or to reach where you are going, if you have to walk on other people, you must do it. If you have to get violent, then you have to do it. That's what Machiavelli says. That means if you have to kill somebody to get that person out of the way so you can be promoted, then you should do that, because it's all about the I. You should not think about anybody else but yourself. So that inspector is thinking about herself alone. She's getting promotion. She's being moved up the rank for sabotaging other policemen to ensure that other policemen does not move while she is moving. The inspector has done what she did. And what is her punishment? Is there an investigation into the matter? I would understand that one must be going on. But the question that I need to ask, why is this inspector sent on vacation leave and not suspension? The people in Jamaica, listen, fellow police officers, this is what I need to ask you. Why is it fair for this inspector who did what she did, under whether she was coerced or under instructions, or she did it of her own free will? Why was this inspector sent on 105 days vacation leave instead of being placed on suspension? She has breached the rules and regulation of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. She has committed treason against other police officers. So why is this inspector on vacation leave and not on suspension? That is the question that I need to ask the Commissioner of Police. So you are telling me that you, Commissioner, don't care about the actions that this woman has done, the evil act that this woman have done to fellow policemen? That you send her on vacation leave and not suspension, Bridget? No. Commissioner of Police, may I ask you the question, And it is full time that you need to start answering these blogs in a bridging. Because how can a woman that has committed treason, because I call it treason, against members, good, hard-working members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and this woman is sent on vacation leave, 105 days to relax on a beach and bask in the sun, while she has created misery for fellow police officers, while she has created a blockage in the upward movement of other police officers, while she has committed treason against other police officers. Tell me, how can this happen? Why is this woman on vacation leave and not on suspension? That is the question that I am asking. And members of the public, this is what you need to understand. That until the Jamaica Constabulary Force stop playing the cat and mouse game, until the Jamaica Constabulary Force stop playing the crab in a barrel game, Jamaica will never be a better place. Because the war is being fought within the rank and files of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. People are forming cliques, or as what I call them, gangs in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and they are keeping a promotion in one circle of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which is the corrupted circle, which is the circle of people who does illegal activities in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, friends of friends of friends of friends. And if you don't have a friend being a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, you will stay a constable for 100 years without any upward movement, because people look out for them friend. Do you know how much people in the Jamaica Constabulary Force now are put in positions where they don't know their foot from them hand? I saw an inspector came to my station once. An inspector could not even investigate a rape case, and I was a corporal, and I was the one spearheading the investigation and telling the inspector what to do on the crime scene. Same with a murder scene. And you tell me now. And this woman was promoted to DSP afterwards and sent somewhere else to be in charge of an area again that she had no knowledge of. So when you see these things, brethren, how can the Jamaica Constabulary Force be better? How can we put a dent in crime when you have peoples in departments who are not qualified enough to run these departments, who are not knowledgeable enough to run these departments? How can you have a man that's stolen motor vehicle and you know nothing about stolen cars? How can you have a man in charge of homicide and who has never investigated homicide before? How? And other departments. That is the question that I am asking. So how can Jamaica put a dent in crime when you have people in charge of various areas of the Jamaica Constabulary Force who has no knowledge or expertise in the said department? Because they had friends in high places or because they have high rank? But people in the Jamaica Constabulary Force now, people coming with degrees in business administration. Tell me what business administration has to do with police work. Business administration have anything to do with murder, which is our major problem now in Jamaica? No, it doesn't. So all the Jamaica Constabulary Force is doing right now is employing managers. They're not employing people who can be properly trained and people who can manage certain areas. So how crime ever stop? Because the whole process of promotion is corrupted. The very station that you work, the local station you work, everybody in the admin department is corrupted. Because the admin department, they are giving instruction to hide what file and to hide which file, or to put what on which policeman file, or to put what on another policeman file. Because they will put things on your file that will stop your career forever. And that is how the admin department of the Jamaica Constabulary Force operates. So Inspector Harton is just a tip of the iceberg. She's just a show tell to what has been going on from years and years and time immemorial in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which is the biggest form of corruption. The hiding of files is an everyday thing. Look about policeman retire, apply for the money and still can't get it. Where the money go? It's like they ride out the time until you're tired and say, you know what, I give up. Then them take the money and put it now and file, and somebody benefit the money or people benefit that money. You have to wonder why. Why members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, especially admin department, act as if they are the one paying police officers, when all they need to do is put a document together and send it to the relevant authority or the relevant offices for a policeman to get any kind of benefits. But still they fail to do that. Inspector Hartney is just one of them. And she's not the most evilous and she's not the most devious. Like I said, investigation has revealed to me that she's being coerced or she's working on instructions. That's why they can't put her on suspension. People open eyes, police open your eyes and look. She's acting off instructions. That's the reason why she's not on suspension. She's on vacation leave because they want to give her a slap on the wrist. On the wrist. I said, go on back to work. Continue your good work. Or they might transfer her to somewhere else where she might do the same thing again. Because she not them corner. She work for them. She work for the gangs in the force. She's working for a clique in the force. And the link big. Like I always said to you, anything that happens in the force, it does not come down to a corporal, a sergeant, or an inspector. It comes down to a senior officer. And most of the times, a politician is behind it. So, what must be done to Inspector Hart? I believe a proper investigation must be carried out by somebody neutral. Because if it is carried out by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, then there will be no justice for the policemen and women that she has destroyed. For any justice to be served in this case, in this particular case, we have to have neutral investigation. I think they should call in somebody from Scotland Yard. She should go to prison for her actions. She should no longer be a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force.